Who would the audience be for your media product? The main audience for my magazine would be 16 to 25-year-olds, predominantly people who are in the ABC1 category, as they have the most disposable income. The readership would be 70% male and 30% female, 80% 16 to 25-year-olds, and 65% ABC1 profile people. People who are interested in playing, listening, or even just reading about indie music would be the audience for my magazine. They would also be interested in the fashion of the indie genre and the styles of the artists featured in the magazine, as well as providing exclusive interviews that will provide gig reviews and advice for budding musicians, so this would attract the audience even more. Referring back to my imaginary reader, you get an idea of what the audience would be like. They'd be very passionate about music, listening to it every day. They'd go to as many gigs as they could afford to, and try to go to a festival. They'll idolise their favourite artists and listen to their music. Although they're not in bands, they'll play music, listen to music, and talk about music. They like to discover new bands. They also like to play football, drink, and socialise outside of music, while still sticking with their indie brand. Having a youthful audience like this, I'll have to think carefully about my advertising and articles in my magazine to make sure it fits in the audience, to make sure it's within their age range, and with things they'd like to buy. How did you attract your audience? The audience would be attracted by the articles and features of the magazine. The artists such as Noel Gallagher, Red Hot Chili Peppers, and The Vaccines would attract the indie-loving audience. Also, the competition, such as winning the Reading and Leeds Festival tickets, would appeal to the audience of the magazine, as it is a rock indie festival. I used peer-to-peer language to show the magazine is aimed at the youthful audience, to try and make them feel as though it is directed at them. The clothes worn by the artist in the magazine would attract the audience, as it represents them as an ideal self. Again, the advertisements would be important, advertising products that appeal to the audience, such as deodorants, razors, gigs, festivals, and music venues, as well as advertising products from artists, such as new albums, gigs, and other merchandise that may be sold. The direct gaze of the artist was also important. When in direct gaze, the audience feel as though it is directed at them. It makes the audience feel involved, as though it's just speaking to them, more personal.